Anthony Hartwig back with you. We have a Maplewood softball player profile, and we're joined by one of the, if not the best freshman pitcher that we have in the YSN family, making her mark, pun absolutely intended, Addison Marker from Maplewood. Hey, thanks for coming on and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
So we talk about freshmen making impacts, and it's not as easy as a lot of people make it look to step onto a varsity level floor or field where everyone's kind of older than you and to just kind of take control of a role. You've done that. Talk about what it took to kind of be able to come onto this field, have all the confidence in the world, and make an impact the way you have.
I trained a lot during travel season for high school. Like, I would talk about high school a lot, and confidence was like a really big thing for me. So I worked really hard on having like good confidence in the circle and never letting like little mistakes get the best of me. And like attitude and confidence was always like a big thing. So I prepared for high school and I prepared for that a lot in travel ball.
As we talk to a lot of softball and baseball players, as you can imagine, that word confidence comes up a lot because it's a sport that you have to have it. And every player kind of gets their confidence from different spots. Some of them get them from compliments from their teammates. Some of them get them from the trust in their coaches. Some of them kind of give themselves confidence internally. Where does your confidence come from? Where do you get that in confidence to do what you do in the circle?
I get my confidence a lot from my teammates. They're always like complimenting me and like I know that they're always there for me and they give me the confidence in circle to like pitch the ball, and even if I hit it, I know they have my back and I know we're going to get an out.
For you, is confidence in the circle the same as confidence at the plate, or is it two different things that you have to be at different levels of confidence for?
Oh yeah, confidence in the circle goes along with having confidence at the plate. If you go up to bat and you're just like, I don't think I'm going to hit the ball, or this pitcher's too fast, too slow, I don't think you're like, for me personally, I don't think I'm ever going to hit the ball if that's my mindset going up to the plate.
Now, your job is to make other players tell that to themselves about yourself all the time. Let's talk about, softball is obviously something you take super seriously. You've been playing for a long time before you stepped on as a freshman to varsity. When did you kind of fall in love with this sport? What are your beginnings and the kind of when you picked up a softball and started to really find yourself, loving the sport?
This is actually a really funny story. I used to not like softball at all, and I used to be a really big basketball person until my cousin Claire was pushing me and begging me to play softball. And then as soon as I picked up a softball, I started playing in 10U. And from there on, I was just like, I actually really like this. And then I just fell in love from there.
Was there a moment when you were, going through a softball career where you felt like it transitioned from just something you love to something that not only you love, but now you want to work really hard at and try to get as good as you can at?
The biggest transition was probably from 12U to like 13U. Um, you know, when you get into like 15U, you start playing these older girls. I feel like I developed a lot in 13U with my pitching. And once I realized like, hey, I'm kind of good at this, I was like, I really want to go big and I want to go far in this. Like, and I love doing it too. So why not do something you love and be good at
Right, and you are so good at it.
it?
When you see the success, right? When you see the numbers, kind of the results, kind of coming in. I know you're not someone that has the ego to kind of pat yourself on the back, but it's got to be kind of a good feeling to know the hard work is equaling results. What's that like your first freshman year to kind of see those numbers and be like, okay, I'm a little bit validated on the work that I've been putting in?
There was a moment before high school where it felt like all the work I was putting in wasn't showing up or wasn't showing up in games. So having this high school season be the way it is and having all my hard work show off, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it's like finally like, but I don't like to be conceited about it because I know there's always room for improvement in everything I do, whether it's pitching, hitting, fielding, and I know that I can always get better at something.
You're talking right before high school. I know you dealt with some adversity in the eighth grade year before coming into high school. That's a lot to kind of deal with right before you go on to a varsity level the next season. What was that like for you? Talk about going through that adversity and the things that got you through it and the things that kind of kept you confident in yourself through all that.
It was a really hard time for me, honestly. after my surgery, all I could think of was like, I really just want to play softball. And it was hard because all my friends and all my travel team and my rec ball team, the seasons were starting and everybody was picking up a ball and practices were going. And while I could go to practices, I couldn't participate in anything. So it was really hard to just sit there and watch everybody play the game I love and not be able to play it.
When we talk about players coming back from stuff like that, it's mental as much as it is physical. Which one was harder for you to get back? The physical side of coming back and the rehab, or just the mental part of, trusting that you can do what you could do before that?
I think it was the mental part because physically I felt like I wasn't in a lot of pain, but I really wanted to be out there so bad that I let the mental aspect of wanting to be out there overcome the pain and physically being okay doing drills and practices because I just wanted to pick up a ball and throw, but like physically it would hurt to do that, but I wanted to do it so bad that I kind of just didn't care about the physical part of it.
I love it. Grind right through the pain. Doesn't matter. Every pitcher that gets to the level that you are does it with people behind them, instructors and coaches. Who are the people that kind of helped you get to where you are as a pitcher?
Definitely my pitching coach, Coach Jacqueline Carpenter. She is a very mental coach. She pushes me to my limits. She really helped me get to where I am today. Like she doesn't let the little mistakes get to me. She pushes me at practice. She makes sure I have what I need to be where I'm at. Also, all my other coaches for everything, my travel coach, Coach Amy, my hitting coach, Dave Flickinger, and even my mom, even though she's not really a coach, she's kind of like my life coach, and she helps me through it a lot too.
When you talk about the mental aspect of pitching, and we've talked about the confidence in the circle, I feel like pitchers have like this unique kind of mindset because at the end of the day, when you're staring at a batter, it's kind of you versus them. And although you have a defense behind you, you're the one that has to get that batter out
Mhm.
with either striking them out or weak contact. What's this like one on one like with you and the hitter when you're in the circle? What kind of mindset do you have to kind of click on that super competitiveness? I'm better than you. I'm going to make this pitch and get you out kind of mentality.
When I'm on the mound, I'm always thinking like next pitch. So like if I pitch a ball, I brush it out of my mind. I brush it out of the way and I'm thinking this next pitch is going to be the best pitch I've ever pitched. So like I have that goes along with like confidence. Like I have confidence that this is going to be the best pitch I'm ever going to pitch. But it's also like next pitch, forget about the mistake. And I always think about it just being like me and my catcher, like the batter's not there and it's just me and my catcher playing catch.
What is your favorite pitch to throw?
Probably my changeup.
Mm, gotta love a good changeup. What was the hardest pitch to kind of develop and get to where it's at right now?
It was either my screwball or my rise ball, but they kind of go like hand in hand
Mhm.
because sometimes my screwball rises and sometimes my rise ball screws. So I've been trying to get that under control lately.
And then, what is there a pitch maybe that you don't have yet that you kind of want to put next in the arsenal? Like it's the next pitch you want to work on.
I did have a drop ball for a while, but then my coach took it away, my pitching coach, because it wasn't working too good. And so that one's kind of like in my toolbox, and I've been
Right.
like working on it. And hopefully one day I'll be able to like pitch it and use it in games.
Now you are so close to summer vacation. I know it's gonna be full of travel ball, but what else do you like about summer vacation and having kind of a whole day to yourself? What are some summer activities that you like to do?
Well, I know this year I'm going to be umping like little league games a little bit. Well, not this summer, but like coming up. And I'm also excited. I like fishing. I like going down to the lake because like we live on Mosquito Lake. So that's always fun. And just like hang out with my friends. I also like big tournaments. Like I like going out for travel ball and going like out of town.
You're umpiring, huh?
A little bit,
Get
hopefully.
get to see the other side and making calls. Do you think you're gonna have a wide strike zone because you're a pitcher, or do you think you're gonna squeeze people and make sure they get in that zone?
I think it's like coach pitch. So I
Well,
don't want to get to.
okay. Well, if you were calling balls and strikes, let's go theoretical. Because if I'm sure you'll be so good at coach pitch, eventually they're gonna bring you up and try to have you ump like the big Little League World Series games. Do you think you'd be an umpire that gives pitchers some leeway since you're a pitcher?
I would not. I would I would use my plate and I would call it a strike if it goes over the plate.
And you have to remember that when you're begging for calls that are on the black or in the river from these umpires. All
Yeah.
right. When you want that call, you got to remember I wouldn't give myself that call. Uh, let's talk about freshman year in the classroom. It's a big jump athletically to go from middle school to high school. What's it been like in the classroom to go from middle school to high school?
I feel like it's gotten a little bit harder, especially because like finals are coming up. Midterms were not as bad as I thought they were going to be. And I think I'm stressing myself out about finals a lot, and I don't think they're going to be as bad as I think they're going to be.
You know, Claire came right before you. She set the tone. She's got all A's. Where are you sitting? Like, are you all A's?
I have all A's right now, but I have a B, but it's like not an actual B. It's like 0.5 away from an
Oh,
A.
you're gonna kill it. You're gonna get an A on that final, and then just get all A's. What class has been the hardest?
Probably my English class, my honors English. We have a new teacher, but she's been doing pretty good so far. It's just a lot different trying to learn like her teaching methods and like the way she teaches. I'm always been a big English person, but this year I've just been like struggling a little bit in her class. It's
What
nothing.
what class came like the most natural to you? I don't want to say easy because then they'll pile on the work when they hear this interview. But like hey, I don't have to work as hard to be good at this subject.
My math class. I've always been pretty good at math too. It's always been one of my favorite subjects. So like
Okay, let's talk about this because you just said that you're pretty good at English and you're pretty good at math. That's a unicorn. Because
I
we've talked to a lot of people about subjects and they're either good at one or the other. You are special.
well, don't ask me about science or history because I
Okay,
would
well, you do have a weakness right there. Okay, we found it. What are some aspirations you have? You have 3 more years of high school after this is even over. What are some dreams and aspirations that you want to accomplish before you graduate at Maplewood?
I kind of want to like grow the softball program a lot more. Like I want to like start coaching like some of our younger girls. Like we had a team camp and that was like super fun. I really enjoyed that and I enjoy like coaching the girls. And I think by doing that, it's going to build like our Maplewood softball program up a lot more because before we didn't have enough girls for a team and now our roster is huge. And a lot of our communities coming to watch our games and are very supportive, and I think that's going to get a lot of girls on the softball team like these upcoming years.
We talked about this with Claire, not just in this interview, but back in basketball, that this freshman group in both sports has kind of come up and kind of set a tone and raised the level of the program so high. As a freshman, do you kind of feel a little bit of pressure to like, hey, we've raised the standard of this program and now we have to be the ones to sustain it for the next 4 years and then keep it going after we're gone? Like, we're the tone setters. Do you kind of feel that as the freshman class?
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like as a freshman class as a whole, we are so competitive the way we are because we've all like pushed each other. And I think that if we push the younger classes, they'll be perfectly fine. And we're all like super close and tight knit because our school is so small. We only have like a 40 graduating class, 40 kids in our graduating class. So I think as long as like I push the younger kids and our class pushes the younger kids, we'll all be fine.
Let's talk about role models because you're our one, whether you want to be or not. With the numbers you're putting up, there are a lot of little girls probably in Maplewood that want to be like you one day. Who are your role models, or who are the people that you look up to that you want to be like when you grow up?
I really like well, I want to be like my pitching coach because she pitched in college and she's coaching, and that's like what I want to do when I'm older is I want to pitch and I want to coach. But like pitching wise, like mechanic wise, I love Jordy Ball. She's like my favorite. And if I was gonna pitch in college, I'd want to pitch like her.
Hey, we
She,
love Jordy. Jordy
yeah,
taught us all that it's okay to go home, right? It's okay to go. Got her championship at Oklahoma, went home to Nebraska. It's okay to go home.
yeah.
Um, when you watch college softball, you're rooting for anyone. The tournament's about to start. You got any favorite colleges out there? Favorite teams?
I really love Oklahoma.
Okay.
it's on my travel team. It's kind of a thing because a lot of our girls like Texas, and I love Oklahoma. So we always put on the TV and we always clash.
Red
And
River rivalry right there. Uh, I love it, Addison. One of the things we do at the end of these player profiles, we like to give you the chance to kind of take the limelight off yourself a little bit and shine on the people that have kind of been there for you throughout your career and the people that support you all the time. And I know you have a lot. You have a big circle of people. So as much time as you want to give shout outs and thank yous as you need, we're going to give it to you.
First of all, Dave Flickinger, he's my hitting coach. I love to go to him all the time because he kind of gives me just like peace of mind about my hitting. Obviously, my pitching coach, my high school coach, Jess, my travel coach, Coach Amy, and all the people in that organization. My mom and just like my family, especially Claire, even when I was going through like my surgery and all that stuff, Claire was always there, and all of my friends from my school were always there, and they still help me like have the confidence I do when I play because it's been rough, but like they're always there to help me and bring me up.
All right, Addison, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Want to wish you the best of luck the rest of this year. We hope it goes as far as it can, maybe all the way to Akron. Why not, right? All the
Hopefully.
way to state. And we'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you.